The 1965 International Trot at Roosevelt was the appearance of a racing stable that has dominated trotting in the last few years here in the United States. Team Nordin actually arrived on the scene in the mid-60s, right?
That's right. Gunnar Nordin was Soren's brother and just passed away a couple of years ago. Real wonderful person.
I think it's an interesting part of the Team Nordin story. Soren no longer permitted to drive in his native country because he's over 65.
That's right. They tried that in California once, and Joe O'Brien got the law changed. For Joe and I.
That's what I was going to ask you. Can drivers over 65 still handle a horse out there?
Well, I won the last race I drove, so I think I can still do pretty well.
They sure can. PLUVIER the Third is the winner of the International Trot this year at a distance of 1.25 miles. Another great American trotter, Speedy Scott with Ralph Baldwin, is going to make a break in this race.
Yes, and he, I think, won the American Trotting Championship a couple of years, too.
Right.
Good horse.
Let's take a look at one of the early appearances of Team Nordin in the United States as Gunnar Nordin wins the International with PLUVIER the Third.
It's the biggest crowd of the season at the Westbury track for the International Trot that has 8 horses from 7 nations running for 100,000 Yankee dollars. The favorites are Steno and Speedy Scott, and the backers of Steno see their horse break stride early in the tilt. Their groans turn to cheers within seconds, however, as Steno's driver, Nilo Bailey, gets the Italian horse back in the race. It's 1.25 miles, and anything can happen. Leading at the moment is an outsider, Betsy Herbert, and Speedy Scott starts around the outside after the Canadian mare. Ralph Baldwin is forced to take his horse 3 wide, and as he moves up, it's a heartbreaker as he goes off stride. The crowd's cheers are still for the 2 favorites, but the backers of PLUVIER Third have their day. Watch the Swedish horse move out in the middle of the pack. He goes from 5th to 3rd within 1/4 mile as Gunnar Nordin urges him home. The winning horse will trot to the bank with $50,000. In the last few yards, PLUVIER Third gets in front, and the 6-year-old bay thunders down to the wire as he stretches his lead to 1/2 length. Steno is at his heels. There were horses from France, Canada, Italy, Britain, New Zealand, the U.S., and Sweden in the race, but it's a Scandinavian night on Long Island. How much is $50,000 in Swedish kroner? $250,000.